Okay, hi, I'm Tess. Ant and I have two lodges in the Waterberg, Ants Nest and Ants Hill. Sadly, we were hit by rhino poaching in 2011 and again in 2012. At the time, we'd already seen our rhinos, sort of, particularly in winter months, losing slight condition. So we'd started a little thing where we used to, with a couple of the rhinos that came past, put a little bit of food out for them and whatever. And we realised very quickly that they are actually real creatures of habit, like horses. And after our rhino poaching, we realised that actually the feeding wasn't going to just be a winter thing, it would become an all year round thing. A lot of people might feel, gosh, is this a bit of a gimmick? But it has had a massive impact on our poaching situation, because basically our rhinos come in just like horses at certain times in the morning, at late afternoon. We do give them, we do feed them. There's been two major benefits. It allows the guards to keep an eye on which way they're going, where they're going, so the guards can, you know, because we are quite a large property, we're over 5,000 hectares, and they have obviously free roam of that, but it's very difficult to be able to cover the entire area, so at least bringing them into a centralised place, which is a very secure area, allows us to make sure that they're seen and the guards know where they're going. One of the things that we had never anticipated is that by feeding them all year round, their condition remains in top form. And whereas normally one would only get a calf every 3 years, because obviously they're going through a period of very dry, very little food, not, you know, and they lose condition. Because our animals are staying actually in good condition all year round, they accept the bull a lot quicker than they normally would. So we've established, since we've been doing this, that actually, particularly our younger females are producing calves in under 2 years versus 3 years, because they are in good condition, their calves are growing much quicker and are in good condition, and they take the bull. So actually we've seen, you know, that we've managed to protect them. We've not had any form of incursions or any attempted poaching since we've put in very good security, and part of the security is the whole feeding thing. But if we weren't feeding, it would also cost us a lot more in security. We'd have to have a lot more going on. But most importantly of all, that the breeding is much, much quicker, and that's one of our main objectives. We have also done the rhino horn treatment, which some people may find skeptical. I'm an absolute firm believer in it, in that the rhino horn isn't, we've not wanted to dehorn rhino, but we have injected, it's an indelible dye and an ectoparasite thing. We've done a lot of publicity about that, so brought in a lot of children to witness the whole treatment, which we really firmly believe, because our intentions are just from a breeding perspective, not from any other way, not from selling rhino horn in the future or anything like that. It definitely does work. If you're going to kill one of our rhinos and you cut it, it's going to be pink inside, it will be detected through any machine, etc., etc. So it takes a number of tools to protect your animals. We've done it with good security, rhino horn treatment, and also our feeding program, and lots of education with kids, bringing them into the area and not having a fear of saying we've got rhinos, but making sure they understand that there's good security, the rhino horns are not worth cutting off, etc., etc.
And as a guest, can you come and see the rhinos being fed?
So one of the main things is it's an extraordinary, well, most of our guests feel it's an absolute privilege. So we'll always bring guests over to do the rhino feeding, either in the mornings or the evenings. I think one of the most special things is that people are used to seeing rhinos from a distance. They don't understand that there are intricate relationships and there's an intricate social structure within these animals. The great thing about the whole feeding thing, particularly if you do it in the mornings, is that once they've stopped feeding, you see incredible interaction between them and what the relationships are and who's with who and who's buddies with who. You will also get to witness young babies and the very special sound that they make, which sounds like a dolphin, that most people, even South Africans, have never heard. And it gives us the opportunity to really talk about the poaching crisis in South Africa or the rest of Africa, and encourages people to, kids to go home, create awareness in schools, to create awareness elsewhere as to how serious it is and how important the rhino is for our area. If we did not have rhinos, we would struggle also from a guest perspective. If we had had to get rid of our rhinos because we couldn't afford to look after them, why would guests also come here? Do you know what I mean? It's a hugely important element from all perspectives. So guests really, really do appreciate it. You might have the one odd person that thinks, why are they doing that? But it has become a necessity, and most people really love the proximity they can get. If you see our rhinos in the wild, they are wild rhinos. They are habituated to the feeding at our house, and that is it. But otherwise, in the bush, you will see them wild, but you also get to see the incredible sort of different relationships amongst them. If you take Max and Kuneni, they are inseparable. If you see, I've watched a real little tiny baby rhino go and play fight with our big bull that was lying down, and it's an incredible experience to see that interaction, which you just don't see if you're seeing a rhino from a vehicle that's way over there. So yes, I think, as I said, we've also, through our clients and through the being able to educate people on the rhino situation, been able to raise a lot of funds for the entire area. So Save the Waterberg Rhino is a very different project. It has nothing to do with us. We cover our own security costs, but a lot of our clients have been very instrumental in helping us raise big funds for Save the Waterberg Rhino. We have, as I said, a couple of functions every year in the UK. Tusk has become obviously a major supporter also of us, but that's because they've been able to come visit and see the whole sort of setup, etc.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.